What's happening, sports fans? How you doing? I am Kendrick Sports Guy. Good day to you. And Junior Bridgeman, former Milwaukee Buck player, is now going to be a Milwaukee Buck owner. We're going to talk about that in this segment. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that follow button. We've all heard the rags to riches stories. A lot of athletes come from humble beginnings. They become great athletes in whatever sport they specialize in, make a whole lot of money, then retire, and then fall on hard times. We've seen the documentaries. I've seen them on ESPN. Broke is the last one that I can recall. But Junior Bridgeman, former Milwaukee Bucks player, nah, he's definitely not in that category. Well, just last week it was announced, but it hasn't been formalized, that he is buying a 10% stake in to the Milwaukee Bucks. He will become a part owner. Now, if you know that name, my Milwaukee Bucks fans, you know I gotta put my plug in. I was born in the Milltown. I remember Junior Bridgeman. He played there for 12 seasons. He never made an All-Star team. He never made an All-NBA team. He was a part-time starter. He played 849 games, averaged 13.6 points per game. So he was an average NBA player. Well, while he was playing, he decided to invest in some Wendy's franchises. Right before he retired in '87, he's now owner of over 400 Wendy's as well. Then he started Bridgman Foods, which became quite successful. Then he got into Coca-Cola, bottling distribution, which became successful. So as of right now, his estimated net worth is $600 million. But back to the Bucks. Again, he's buying a 10% stake into the Bucks, and the Bucks have a $4 billion valuation, which means he's got to come up with 10 to 15% of that. Well, he gets a discount, like a 15% knockoff discount, so he only has to, and I'm saying only, he has to only pay $340 million for his 10% stake. So again, he played 12 seasons in the league. He made roughly $2.95 million over his career. That wasn't a lot of money, but he was able to flip that into investments. And now look, he's one of the most successful former athletes that we know of on the business side. We all know about Irving Magic Johnson. We know about Michael Jordan. We know about Shaquille O'Neal. We know about Dave Being, who was one of the first to transition from the NBA and become a successful businessman. But to see Junior Bridgeman be able to buy a part of his former team, that's I think it's dope. And by the way, he also owns Ebony and Jet magazines, if you did not know that. So again, Junior Bridgeman, dope. I remember him playing for the Bucks. Again, he wasn't, like I say, an all-star player, but with his business savvy, he has become a really, really successful businessman outside of the court. And I think probably most people know him from his businesses than they know of him playing basketball. And I just wanted to highlight this because I think we need to highlight these success stories of athletes. Again, it's always quick to be reported on when an athlete is filing for bankruptcy or has lost everything. But I think a lot of times we don't hear a lot about the athletes that have turned into successful businessmen, like the Junior Bridgemans, the Irving Johnsons, which we hear about again, MJ, Shaq, Dave Being, and just a host of others. And now I think these players are making so much money now. I think the opportunities to become good businessmen is a lot easier now than it was for Dave Being and for Junior Bridgeman. Remember, these guys came in the league in the mid-'70s to the late '80s when he retired, so minority ownership was tough then, and it's still kind of tough now. It's a little bit easier for minorities to become owners of certain things, but we still got a ways to go. So I just wanted to salute Junior Bridgeman on this. Again, the Bucks, they're coming off not a bad season. They finished third in the Eastern Conference, but they did have to pay a hefty luxury tax. I think they were like $57 million or so. So they got some finances that they got to get in order. And so bringing Junior Bridgeman on, who will be only a 10% owner, as well as Jimmy and Dee Haslam, who's an owner as well. If you know those names, they own the Cleveland Browns as well. So he'll be part of the Milwaukee Bucks franchise once that he donned the uniform for almost 12 seasons. So I'd like to know what you guys think about this Junior Bridgeman story, buying a 10% stake in the Bucks. Talk to me in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, click that follow button. I'm Kendrick the Sports Guy. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out.